is an 11,000 square foot property. And late tonight, we saw agents walking out of this house carrying a cardboard box as well as several bags from the second story of the property out here. They were processing the scene there and could be seen taking notes on a table there.
When you look at Floyd Mayweather, it was like, bro, did you budget? Yeah, you got big injections, but the big payments also went out. Why you got so many?
Yeah, so many of
like I'm talking about from money, cars, clothes.
Yeah, you know where it
and the
goes.
things that's next to the road.
Yeah.
But everybody got a ticket.
Some might say he's not going broke, he just wants to push off paying back the IRS, but I think this next document is a smoking gun. This is the collection appeal request Floyd sent to the IRS on why he couldn't pay. The explanation he sent was, need more time to gather the funds to pay in full. This is the IRS about to start seizing his assets. This isn't a personal loan. Why in the world, if he's made hundreds of millions of dollars, why doesn't he just pay the couple $1 million so he can get the IRS off his back?
Floyd Mayweather is reportedly facing serious financial pressure after U.S. tax authorities allegedly placed a $7.3 million tax lien against him. If the issue remains unresolved, officials could potentially go after some of his high-value assets, including his Las Vegas mansion, an expensive collection of luxury cars.
Car back there. We're gonna take that car.
That's a pretty nice car sitting back there. We might just have to take that one. Music.
Garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, you know, we are on ESPN. It's a sports cars. It's a sports network. This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. You ain't seen these,
I haven't seen these?
No.
Floyd, this is 7 cars, man. Silver, platinum, Miami, black LA, white Vegas.
Yeah, in New York, I got my drivers.
And you got your drivers in New York?
Yeah.
Why? Talk to me about why you make the decision to drive different colored cars in respective cities.
Spoiled brat.
Oh, just being a brat?
Just being a brat.
The 7 cars that you showed me
Yeah.
are in excess of 15 to 20 million.
Mansion was just as luxurious, with an indoor pool, private spa, marble finishes, several elevators, and a huge designer closet filled with Louboutin shoes and Birkin bags. The home also featured valuable artwork and impressive outdoor areas, while Mayweather regularly showed off his collection of high-end watches and jewelry. Every part of the property reflected his wealth and success, turning the mansion into more than a place to live. It became a clear display of the lavish lifestyle behind his famous money persona.
Oh Lord, this is your closet?
Yeah.
I see the money team hats, along with various others.
Yeah.
Do you even know how many outfits you have?
I wear the same clothes, but I got a ton of clothes, but
You're not overly concerned about clothes. I mean, you're gonna be suited down when you need to be suited and booted, but for the most part.
Well, today, I got on this today. Today's
I'm not talking about today.
Oh, today's just a chill day. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Today is like, okay, I ain't really got nothing, but you know what I'm saying? I do got a Patek Philippe on my wrist.
Okay.
I think this watch probably costs $100,000 with no diamonds.
Questions surrounding Floyd Mayweather's finances continue to build as he reportedly faces another lawsuit, this time over an alleged $15,000 unpaid bill for private jet services. This comes shortly after reports of a $330,000 unpaid rent lawsuit and a $7.3 million IRS tax debt, adding even more scrutiny to his financial situation. The growing list of claims has led people to question whether Mayweather's famous luxury lifestyle is as financially secure as it appears. Reports have also alleged that he lost $8 million on a mansion, paid $54 million toward loans, faced foreclosure on another property, sold his private jet, and still owes the IRS $7.3 million. Logan Paul has additionally claimed that Mayweather owes him $1.2 million, while former NFL MVP Cam Newton said he hopes these reports are not true.
Yeah.
Throwing hundreds in the camera. See, when you depict that type of lifestyle, brother, it just gives people the thought to say, man, must be nice.
Must be nice.
But what it'll be a thing if that runs out. Now, when you're writing bad checks and you're portraying this lavish lifestyle from private jets, PJs, and one of the most dumbest things that I seen, but I admired it. I was like, yo, you know what car or what area Floyd was in because of the color of his car. Did you ever peep that, Peggy?
What color was
See,
his
all
car?
his cars was either white or black, depending on where it was. In Vegas, all his cars were a certain color. In Miami, all his cars were a certain color. The same fleet that we need to start getting them receipts and taking it back to the people to say, hey, I got 16 Rolls Royces. I got the 06, 07, 08, 09, 010, 011, 012.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the same car. Why
do you need that?
Anybody who knows luxury, brother, could tell you that's the price of playing luxury. Because how many versions of the Range Rover have you really seen?
Despite the reports of financial problems, Mayweather continues to show off expensive cars, including new Rolls-Royce models and other high-end vehicles. Critics believe these purchases may be more about protecting his money image and displaying wealth than proving he is financially secure. That clear gap between his extravagant lifestyle and the debts he reportedly faces continues to raise eyebrows and keep people talking. It really makes you wonder.
And a lot of people think he got it, including the IRS, because he nearly owes them $7.3 million with a federal tax lien. So it's like he had it for you to owe $7.3 million. You had to have it.
That means you in taxes.
In taxes.
We was looking at them checks.
Yeah, we was. We was.
I mean, he went from Pretty Boy Floyd, Money Mayweather, to Mr. Pay-Per-View.
Okay.
Because when you look at the reports of all the top grossing pay-per-view participants in the history of pay-per-view, he on there.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
In that Mount Rushmore.
So I'm trying to tell you, it's not even a trick. Wait, how did you
Speculation surrounding Floyd Mayweather's finances grew even stronger after Spencer Cornelia discussed allegations that the boxer had been using his expensive watches and jewelry as collateral for loans. Cornelia claimed that messages from August 2025 showed several of Mayweather's watches being listed as security for borrowed money. He also alleged that some watches were returned after portions of the loans were paid off, while others were still reportedly being held as collateral.
He mentions that people have tried to take advantage of Jonah by bringing lawsuits against him as a way to extort him. And finally, Floyd writes, "I appreciate you taking the time to read this letter, Your Honor. I would just ask that you consider my personal testimony that Jonah Recknitz is a good person." He claimed that he didn't know about Jonah's past in the complaint, yet he wrote that letter in support of Jonah, showing he clearly knew about the litigation in New York, so it doesn't seem to add up. Many have speculated that Mayweather is coming out of retirement for a rematch with Pacquiao because he needs the money. Yes, this is why. Around August 2025, Floyd needed cash money, so he decided to start pawning his jewelry. Here's a text on August 25th, 2025 of Jonah sending Floyd an image of his watch and the word loan below. That represents that watch as being within the group that was being pawned. Here's the second image sent on that day. The top image is a collection of watches that were grouped together for a November loan and that many had been returned after the balance was paid down. Here's the next message of another collection of watches that were used for a loan. The image on the left is an exhibit Floyd included in the complaint. Within this list are 4 of the watches you see in the text message on the right that were included in the group of watches that were pawned. This indicates he continues to lie about not knowing that his watches were getting pawned for a loan to fund his lifestyle. What was told to me is that Floyd was running out of money. Now, obviously, his broke is a lot different than broke for me and you. But at this time he needed money, so he decided to pawn $13 million from his watch collection. He does have his own jet and has flown private for a couple decades, and he has an extensive exotic car collection. But what has been shared with me is that his lifestyle is so expensive that he constantly needs to take out loans against all.
Cornelia also alleged that Mayweather had pawned roughly $13 million worth of watches to raise cash. He pointed out that even if Mayweather were considered broke, his financial situation would look very different from that of an average person. However, Cornelia argued that maintaining such an expensive lifestyle could force Mayweather to repeatedly borrow money against his valuable possessions. With Mayweather known for showing off luxury cars, private jets, watches, and jewelry, these allegations have raised questions about whether some of the wealth he displays is truly available to him or is being used as collateral to fund his lifestyle.
So around 7 months after he began pawning, he texted his pawn shop lender asking about the balance he owes so Jonah knows what the number is. Jonah, as Floyd's manager and the one who handles all the financial transactions, is the one who ensures that all the loans are paid off. The lender responds $1.85 million in checks, $10.8 million in jewelry, and $1.47 million in fees. And he mentions needing another $360,000 by Friday so the fees don't keep adding up. Floyd received the $13 million for pawning watches in his supposed $100 million watch collection. Jonah shared with me that people pay up to 3% per month, which is why the fees were so high. That loan was almost paid in full. If you reread Joel's message, it makes sense. Joel says, "I have recouped everything and hasn't had to sell any pieces. All that remains is another $360,000 so Floyd doesn't have to pay any more fees." In case you aren't following, Joel can sell the watches that were pawned if Floyd doesn't pay the $13 million back. But he didn't need to sell watches because he was paid back and made $1.5 million in fees. In the complaint, Floyd discusses pawning his $100 million jewelry collection with the words, "to be pledged or placed in the possession of Joel, a Miami jewelry dealer." The amount received was around $13 million. A substantial portion of the pledged jewelry remains in the possession of Joel and Modi, and no accounting has been provided to Mr.
Back in July 2017, Floyd Mayweather was reportedly dealing with more than $30 million in unpaid IRS taxes. At the time, some people believed his return to the ring against Conor McGregor was partly driven by the need to handle those financial obligations, not just to settle a rivalry with the Irish star. McGregor used the situation to take shots at Mayweather, arguing that Floyd needed the fight more than he did, and mocking his appearance and finances. Those comments added even more drama to an already massive event. Still, Mayweather had earned huge amounts throughout his career, with Forbes estimating his earnings at around $700 million by 2016. He also made major investments in real estate, including a reported $600 million rental portfolio purchase, although questions have been raised about the exact ownership and structure of some of those deals. That makes the current financial concerns even more surprising. Earning hundreds of millions is one thing, but keeping and managing that money is another. A lifestyle built around luxury cars, watches, mansions, private jets, and other expensive assets can create massive ongoing expenses, especially when there are no regular boxing paydays coming in. In the end, the bigger question is not how much Mayweather made, but how well he managed to keep that wealth.
Floyd's return on investment is going to be here, but I'll just throw my guess out there for fun. I don't think it's going to be anywhere close to the 18% that 601 was claiming on their website. I think his return is going to look a little bit more like if he were to put his money into a REIT. Like for a simple example, if we look at Realty Income Corp, this is one of the most popular REITs around. They hold over 15,000 commercial properties in their portfolio, spread out over 90 different industries, and these guys pay a monthly dividend of about 5.5% if you invest your money with them. I'm sure 601 is giving Floyd a better return on his investment than Realty Income would give you or I, but it's generally the same concept as what I'm thinking, which means that if you put $100 million into this fund, he's probably making something like $600,000 per month on his investment. Next story. This one is definitely a change of pace. Floyd has now decided to invest a chunk of his money in the famous Versace mansion in Miami.
The latest filing becomes even more notable when compared with Mayweather's recent financial history. Business Insider reported in late 2025 that he had sold his private jet along with mansions in Miami and Beverly Hills. Other properties, including residential real estate and his Las Vegas strip club, were reportedly used as collateral for money owed to financier Don Hankey. 2 condos at Trump Las Vegas were also temporarily seized over unpaid property taxes before being returned after the taxes were settled. Even with these financial pressures, Mayweather continued spending heavily on luxury cars, watches, jewelry, and other expensive items. That contrast has raised questions about how he manages his money, especially while dealing with reported debts, lawsuits, and other financial obligations. His purchase of the famous Versace mansion may seem like another major display of wealth, but there could be a business strategy behind it. The property operates as a luxury hotel, giving it the potential to generate income rather than simply serving as a private home. At the same time, owning such an iconic property provides Mayweather with a prestigious asset closely connected to the Versace name, which matches his well-known passion for luxury fashion. The purchase could therefore serve both as an investment and as a symbol of status. However, when combined with his other major purchases and reported financial pressures, it also reinforces the image of someone committed to maintaining an extremely lavish lifestyle.
did Floyd Mayweather want to buy a piece of this place? Well, apparently he's partnering with the current owners, the Nikesh family, and someone else named Eli Gindy to acquire a large stake in the home. He's taken the majority of Gindy's interest for an undisclosed price, and all Floyd had to say about this deal is that he feels blessed to be a part of such an important piece of real estate. Since we have basically no context on his motives here, I'm just gonna do my best to put my spin on why he probably made this move. First, this home will probably spit off some cash flow for him because it is functioning like a hotel at this point. So he's kind of buying into a hotel with this one. Plus, the fact that it's the Versace mansion tells us that it will probably continue to appreciate pretty good over time. Second, this is just one of those trophy properties. Like, this is the type of house that you buy to have in your portfolio just because it makes you feel good and it gives you kind of something to brag about. And last, I don't really know anything about fashion, obviously, but Floyd wears a lot of fancy clothes. Some of those clothes are probably Versace.
As renewed attention focuses on Mayweather's finances, his continued interest in major exhibition fights has also come under the spotlight. A possible rematch with Manny Pacquiao has been talked about for years, but the bout still has not been finalized and has faced repeated delays, leaving its future unclear. Critics like Luke Thomas have questioned why Mayweather remains interested in these high-paying events. Given the enormous amount of money he earned during his career, he should not necessarily need another fight simply to stay financially secure. However, reports of debts, legal disputes, and the high cost of maintaining his lifestyle have led to speculation that financial gain could be one of the main reasons he continues pursuing lucrative fights.
Factor. Floyd was landing on him pretty continuously, but Logan was much bigger. And then after the fight, Floyd had said explicitly, I'm not really going to do, I need to know what my limits are here. I'm not really going to go back to doing professional stuff, because during that week he was like, oh, I'd fight McGregor again and blah, blah, blah. He kept doing the exhibition thing. Well, now he's going back to the professional side. So let's talk about it. Why is this fight happening? I actually feel like the explanation is basically threefold, with some of that being really kind of sad.
Mayweather's interest in big money fights has reportedly gone beyond a possible rematch with Manny Pacquiao. Khabib Nurmagomedov's manager, Ali Abdelaziz, claimed that Mayweather had repeatedly pushed for a fight with Khabib and suggested that financial concerns could be part of the reason. Abdelaziz said people continued contacting him about a potential Mayweather-Khabib matchup, but insisted that his side was not interested at the time. Those comments added to the growing speculation about Mayweather's finances and his interest in lucrative crossover events since leaving professional boxing. While these claims reflect Abdelaziz's perspective and do not prove Mayweather's actual financial situation, they became another part of the discussion surrounding his money and career choices. A rematch with Pacquiao could potentially bring Mayweather a massive payday, while also giving him another chance to profit from one of boxing's biggest rivalries. However, until any fight is officially announced, the reasons behind Mayweather's interest remain uncertain. The ongoing reports about financial pressure have simply made the speculation even more intense.
The reporting on Floyd recently has been pretty unambiguous. He is in a lot of debt, and despite the fact that he made over $1 billion during the course of his career, and by the way, did that without sponsors, by and large, without sponsors, is a remarkable achievement. I don't know what he's done with his money, but he doesn't have much more of it. He's now literally doing, I've seen liquor sales, and he's a known teetotaler, which is kind of a strange turn unless you recognize the guy has money issues. The same is true for Pacquiao. Pacquiao had money issues during the latter portion, frankly, of his active run, where he had tax problems, and so where he was competing was, at certain points, he would go to places that had like low tax thresholds just so he could hold on to more of his purse. So his situation is certainly one of these as well. These guys need money, and I don't know what the purse is going to be for Netflix. I suspect it will be substantial, but let's just be honest about it. Reason number one, they're broke. Reason number two, to me, I don't have much to say on this because I have not figured it out, but there's just a lot of nostalgia.
That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more updates. Until next time.